it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I am up today with another layout for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 10. This one is featuring the sketch for October 8th, which is created by Rachel Usher. So you can see the sketch in the top right-hand corner there. It's a very colourful sketch, so it just drew my eye very early on. It was actually, I think, the first layout I made for 30 Days of Sketches for October. And I'm using the Daydream collection by Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I've pulled out a heap of scraps, mainly from the 6x8 paper pad or paper pack. And I am just creating these strips that you can see in Rachel's sketch. And pretty much the same concept that she had, which was to still use the same strip in the top and the bottom, just to not have them match up. And I've got mine different sizes. So hers are all very uniform, but I've just sort of gone with whatever scraps I had. And then, of course, I had to make them fit with that piece of sort of that triangle cutout floral piece in the middle. Anyway, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I don't know what drew me to the sketch. Normally, I don't like things that are quite so busy, but I don't know. I really like it. I'm really happy with it. And so, as I said, everything will be linked in the description box down below. Everything that I know about Rachel will be linked down there. But I will also link to the 30 Days of Sketches Facebook page, so you can see all of the sketches. Actually, you can see all of the sketches for all, technically 11 series, because while this is series 10, the one Christy did before this was called Best of 30 Days of Sketches. So she's technically done 11 rounds. So, very exciting. And so I will have that all linked, as I said, down below. And there's also a playlist for all the videos going up for this round of 30 Days of Sketches. Now, I am using these two photos. They are photos taken at the hospital after Addison was born. So I think most of you know this by now. She was born at home. And then when she came back, when the ambulance came, they took us to the hospital. We were all fine, but obviously they had to take us to the hospital to have a checkup and, all of that jazz. So these are photos taken when we'd arrived at the hospital. So Danny had a cuddle when we were at home, but, it was quite... There was a lot going on. He sort of had to... I just asked him to hold her while I was walking to the gurney to get put into the ambulance. So he sort of only got a very quick cuddle, and he was still in a bit of shock after her very fast arrival. So this was a much calmer cuddle that he got to have at the hospital. So I snapped a picture of that. So as I said, technically not his first cuddle, but a much calmer snuggle. So I tried to keep the embellishments for this fairly minimal because there's a lot going on, both in the pattern paper strips, but also the piece that I chose for the triangle, which is the floral, made it a little difficult to embellish. So I am actually embellishing with florals, and it's definitely, they blend in, but I think in real life they look enough. Like they pop off the page enough that you can definitely tell that there's embellishments there. So in the sketch, Rachel hadn't included very many embellishments at all, which was fine. I sort of took my liberty to add those. But I've pretty much followed her sketch, I would say, very well. Obviously, I didn't include the hexagon element, but I have included the two photos. My title is on the left-hand side. I mean, it's a little bigger than hers in terms of longer. I'm using the title die cuts from the Daydream collection as well, so it just says Little Moments. This is for Addison's milestone album. So I don't know if I've explained this in the past, but I'm creating a digital sort of project life album for both of the kids for their first year. So like with a lot of journaling, a lot of photos. And then I'm sort of, to accompany that, both of them will have their own sort of larger format album where I'm just sort of documenting the milestones, and just for sort of the first year or so. So basically only filling one album, whatever that takes. And so Lincoln's was in 9x12 format just because I had an album and page protectors lying around and I thought I would use it. I don't have any more 9x12 albums. I do like that size and I probably would have preferred to do that size for Addison, but they're really hard to get in Australia and they're quite expensive. So I just stuck with 12x12 because I had an album already. The page protectors are easier to get and it's a little more reasonably priced. So that's why hers are in 12 by 12 size. But Lincoln is loving looking through he's calling them books, his books at the moment, and he makes me get down the 12 by 12 albums. He only at the moment likes to look at the ones where he's bigger. So he's looking at sort of the recent 2 years worth of albums, and he loves my December daily albums, which are 6 by 8 size. I just think they're so much easier for him to flick through, and he really likes Christmas. So yeah, super cute, and I'm loving that he's looking at them. They're not in an area that is particularly easy for him to get out on his own, which I think is not a bad thing at his age, because he's only 3.5. He doesn't turn the pages particularly carefully, but why else do you make scrapbooking pages? It is so people can look at them, and also I guess so we have a creative outlet. So obviously that's probably the number one reason for my own creativity. But I love that Lincoln's looking at them and really loving telling me what he sees in each of the photos. So he doesn't care so much, obviously, about what the layout looks like. But he loves looking at the photos and telling me what he can see. And, Mummy, that's me, and that's Daddy, and we're on the slide. Or, that's my baby. That's what he calls Addison. That's my baby. So, it's very cute, and I'm loving it. I'm not even telling you what I'm doing. I'm just sticking my embellishments down. I'm popping some things up. I've popped the title up. I'm popping up a couple of the florals, or one of the florals in each of the clusters. I added in some frames just for a bit of interest. And then I am going to come in and add just a couple of tiny word stickers around into the clusters. So I think I add like one, I technically add one tiny word sticker in sort of the two right-hand clusters, and I do add two in the left-hand cluster, but it makes one phrase, if that makes sense. I'll tell you in a minute once I've stuck it down. It will make more sense. And then I do add some splatters, but I'm very light on the splatters with this particular layout. Just as I said, it had a lot going on anyway, so I don't think it needed too much, but I do add just a couple of navy Heidi Swapp Colour Shine, just a very light hand with the splatters. And so in this cluster that I'm working on now, I do add two tiny word stickers, but it makes the phrase, "This is beautiful." So this is one sticker, and then beautiful is another sticker. So technically it's two stickers, but I think it's okay because it makes one phrase. And then as I said, I've just add some splatters and I'm basically done. So I will, as I said, I have everything linked in the description box down below. I am creating these very early, so it's only August when I'm filming this voiceover. I got on a roll creating for Scraptember, and I just kept going, and I saw the sketches that Christy posted for her series 10. As I said, they're all created exclusively for this series by members of the 30 Days of Sketches community, and I just was really inspired by them, and I just kept creating. Unfortunately, I didn't check when Jess's DT projects are due, so some of these videos will come out after the date that the sketch is released. So I don't know if this is coming out on the 8th of October, but that is when Rachel's sketch is released to the general public. So yeah, I'm super excited, and I've made so far 6 videos for this series, so we'll see how many I get done. But here comes my close-up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye.